Salute, 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 everyone. Salute, salute, salute. Major turn of events have occurred in the political world today. Joe Biden has decided to step away from the presidential race, and now he has endorsed Kamala Harris. Now, here's the situation. I just want to explain this to everyone. Just because he endorsed Kamala doesn't necessarily mean that all of the delegates will go to her. They have an option. They can have an open convention, or they could go ahead and nominate Kamala Harris and make it official. So I think the smart thing would do if I'm them, I would go ahead and make it official and name Kamala Harris the nominee for the Democratic Party, because you don't want an open convention. The last two times we had the Democrats had an open convention, it did not work out well in the general election. It happened twice that I know of. 1968, Hubert Humphrey and I think it was George Wallace. They had an open convention that year due to the assassination of Robert Kennedy, and in 1980 with Jimmy Carter and Ted Kennedy. So you had those were two times that I know of, anywhere near close to my lifetime, that an open convention happened. But Kamala Harris is the official. Joe Biden is he's made it official. He's made it official that he is stepping down. Salute to you, Ms. Media. Salute to you, B Breezy, bro. I'm done with that. I don't have nothing else to prove. I don't have anything else to prove, bro. I wasn't the president. I was the king of it. And the thing about it is, now it is it's watered down. And I don't want to have anything to do with anything that's watered down. None of that is real. It's all watered down and scripted. I ain't trying to get into that. Salute to you, Ms. Media. Salute to everyone that's watching. Salute, salute, salute. Joe Biden, for those of you that are just coming in, Joe Biden has officially decided to step down. He's endorsed Kamala Harris. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link. Anyone want to come up and we can have a little discussion about it. We have a little time. In a couple of hours we're going to have a debate, another WPAC council debate with Miss Media and Sniper. So I have a little time. I'm going to drop the link for anyone that wants to come up and share their opinion or speak on this. But now, let's talk about the rumors. Rumors have it ever since the debate that between Biden and Trump that Democrats have put pressure on him to drop out. Some of that is true. Salute to you, Shabazz. Salute to you. Salute. Some of that is true, but the COVID situation, Joe Biden coming down with COVID, has a lot to do with it. I think it is hitting him pretty hard, and he's just not able to go anymore. You got to remember the man is in his 80s. To be that, you had people coming down with COVID that was in their 20s and 30s, and didn't make it out of it. They left here. So. You're an 80-year-old man getting hit with COVID. That can take a toll on you. So let me pin the link here at the top. The link is pinned. So anyone that wanna come up here and share their opinions on today's events, just hit the link. And I also have a poll in the chat here. 15 votes have already come in. Will Kamala be a tougher opponent for Trump now that Biden has dropped out, yes or no. So far, with 15 votes, 67% says yes, 33% says no. I'm going to go ahead and give my opinion on that. I actually think that Kamala will be a much tougher opponent, simply for the simple fact, number one, she's a female. And she'll be able to sway the female vote, a lot of the female vote, okay, depending on how well she's able to present her case to the American public. Now, let's talk about that. Her being able to present her case to the American public, she's very good at that. She's very skillful at that. She's a prosecutor. And before she got into politics, she was actually a prosecutor. So she's trained in that category. So when it comes to debates, and we found out in 2020, she's tough in these debates. When you get in a situation where she's debating, when she was debating Mike Pence, she actually won that debate with Mike Pence in 2020. And, she's not to be taken lightly. I know a lot of people, they don't see it happening. I'm telling you, if she pulls this off, this will be the biggest upset. This will be a bigger upset than Trump beating Hillary in 2016. Because for a candidate to jump in this late in the race and come out of nowhere as a fill-in and win the whole thing, to win the general election, this has never happened in American history. In the history of presidential elections, that has never happened where a candidate has jumped in the race this late. And when I mean late, I mean after the 4th of July, and actually win the general election. Because usually around this time, one of the parties would have had their conventions. Usually around this time, both leading candidates would have selected a running mate. Usually by this time, things are pretty much already set in stone and sold up, and everybody knows who's going to be on each ticket, for the Republican ticket and the Democratic ticket. So this is going to be interesting. This is definitely going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing this. This changes a lot, because I was looking at a landslide. Had Biden would have stayed in the race, Trump, multiple battleground states had Trump leading. Pennsylvania, he was opening up a huge lead in Pennsylvania. He had opened up a lead in Michigan. He had opened up a huge lead here in Georgia. He just, it looks like it was going to be a clean sweep. He was even gaining ground in Minnesota. Minnesota, one of the most liberal states in America. So, but from what I'm hearing, from what the reports are saying, COVID has a lot to do with Biden dropping out of the race, and that is pretty much the reason why. Because and this isn't the first time he's had COVID. Local hero, salute to you, sir. Who is Kamala choosing for VP? The leading candidates that I'm hearing right now, the leading candidate that I'm hearing is Shapiro out of Pennsylvania, the senator out of Pennsylvania. I'm hearing him. When she will make that announcement, I don't really know. Like I said, it's a race against time now. If I'm the Democrats, I'm not wasting any time. I'm going ahead, and if I'm her, definitely if I'm her, I'm working overnight tonight and tomorrow. And I say no later than Wednesday, I am announcing my running mate. Another decision that the Democrats have to make is, okay, if Biden is ill and he's not able to continue on with his campaign, the question is he able to run the country? That's going to be the next question. And I think that's what the Republicans are going to actually start throwing out. If he's dropping out of the race because of health reasons, then why is he still in the White House? If his health issues, then maybe he needs to resign as president. It's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and a lot of questions will be answered. I say by Friday we'll know maybe 80% of actually what we don't know right now. But the only thing we can say for sure right now is it's a new race. Right now, you're looking at the two names at the top. The two names for the general election is going to be Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. This is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to whenever they debate. I'm quite sure they'll set a debate up sometime around maybe a week after the Democratic Convention, which the Democratic Convention is the first week of September. So after that, I can see them having a debate, and I am looking forward to it. This our lifetime. Hey, this has happened, like I said earlier, Ms. Media, this happened in the 60s. It happened in 68 and it happened in 1980. But I don't, the only situation that can come close to this is 1968, is when Johnson resigned. Johnson actually he actually did not accept the party's nomination. He didn't resign from the White House, but he didn't accept the party's nomination. Salute to you, Sick'em Dogs. He didn't accept the party's nomination, and he dropped out of the race, and Hubert Humphrey went on ahead and he endorsed Hubert Humphrey, so it went to the floor at the Democratic Convention. George Wallace, Hubert Humphrey, and the delegates chose Hubert Humphrey, and Hubert Humphrey went on to the general election and went against Nixon, and of course we all know Nixon won in 68. 1980, it came down Ted Kennedy, Jimmy Carter, and that was different. It didn't have anything to do with Jimmy Carter's health. It was the fact that Democrats were very unhappy with Jimmy Carter and the way he handled the Iran hostage situation. So they were really upset with him. And him and Ted Kennedy, they had a nasty primary. It was very close, so it went to the convention. It was an open convention, and the delegates eventually decided to go along with Jimmy Carter. And you remember the infamous no handshake at the convention between Ted Kennedy and Jimmy Carter. So this right here is more health related. 1980 was more of a situation where the Democrats were just upset with Jimmy Carter, and they wanted someone different to run against then candidate Ronald Reagan. Alpha, salute to you. I wouldn't sell her short. I wouldn't sell her short. The most dangerous opponent is the unknown. The most dangerous opponent is the unknown. Joe Biden was a guaranteed win. Is all I'm saying. Joe Biden was a guaranteed win. Had he to stayed in, that was a guaranteed win. Cakewalk for Donald Trump. But Kamala is, I wouldn't take her lightly. I would not take her lightly at all. The Midwest battleground states aren't voting for California. Well, Alpha, Joe Biden won the election without the Midwest. He won it with if you're talking about the Midwest, if you're talking about I'm going to be honest with you now. Michigan, and Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania I think they're back on the table. I don't think she'll get Ohio, because I think Ohio is turning solid red. Biden won by winning PA, Michigan, and Wisconsin. But he won it. It was a nail biter. It was a nail biter. It depends on how Trump runs against her. Now I will say this. Now he's gonna have to stop that Kamala crap. Now that calling her Kamala, he's gonna stop. He's gonna have to kind of refrain from that, because right now he has a nice lead. You don't want to do because right now I think what he has going for him right now is he's done tapped into the minority votes, the minority community. Right now they're trending his way. But if he starts that Kamala crap, then he's gonna turn off a lot of those voters that he would have had in November, right? And it was a nail biter because Biden runs the regular white guy. Well, yeah, I agree with you on that. Trump is more mellow after beating. We'll see. We'll see it. And Loco, all he really has to do right now is play prevent. That's all he has to do. All he has to do right now is play prevent. He don't have to run a nasty campaign the way he did against Hillary and the way he did in 2020. It's right now. It's like he's acting as the incumbent. It's like even though he's not the incumbent, and technically Kamala is representing the incumbent administration, Trump it's his race to lose. It's his race to lose, and he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to go. Put it like this: he doesn't have to go the route that he did in 2016. He doesn't have to go the route that he did in 2020. He can just, I would stay on message if I'm him. I would talk about the border inflation. Remember the conversation we had earlier? Now the president, she will be the acting president for the next 4 months. We'll see. I mean, that's gonna come up. People are gonna say, hey, if Biden is not health-wise, if he's not able to run his race, then why is he still in the White House? That's going to be the next question. But then they'll look back at 1968 and say, okay, well, just because Johnson dropped out, that don't mean Johnson dropped out of the race, but he didn't resign from presidency. So but if the COVID is worse than what we think it is, and if it's something health-wise going on with him that can prevent him from doing his day-to-day duties as commander-in-chief and as the president of the United States, and I'm quite sure that they will put some pressure on him, Nancy Pelosi and them, they'll put some pressure on him to resign from office. I'm kind of feel as the borders are. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Alpha. All he has to do is stay on message. I mean, that's what I mean by playing prevent. It's like, just imagine if your Ohio State Buckeyes have a 30-point lead going into the fourth quarter. I mean, you ain't blitzing no more. All you doing is playing prevent. You're playing prevent and you're sitting back. You're dropping your safeties back. And your linebackers, and you're playing prevent defense. That's all Trump has to do for 4 months, and stay on message. Stay on message. Don't start none of that off the wall, wild crap, reckless, rhetoric that he was doing in 2016 and 2020. Because remember now, that minority vote, it is carrying a lot more weight this time around, because you got a lot of more registered Asian voters, a lot more registered Latino voters, and his large amount in history of African American registered voters now. And you got some of them, maybe like somewhere around 30 to 35%. Trump has tapped into that. But when you start saying reckless things that would turn off African American voters, like calling a woman Kamala, which is, offensive, in a lot of people's eyes, then, that can change the game. That can change the game. And ain't gonna come with the white. This ain't right. You're right, Alpha. You're right. Like I said, this is different. But then again, that could also work into her favor with some of the white voters. Don't forget about that now. Don't forget about that now, Alpha. That can work into her favor with some of the white voters. And white voters will be like, okay, well, she has a white husband, so she ain't, it'll be different, So I mean, plus remember now, she's mixed. She ain't all the way, she ain't 100% black like Michelle is, like Michelle Obama was, So, and Stacey Abrams. So it's going to be interesting, man. This is something totally different than what we've ever seen before, and all we got to do, the only thing we can do is get our popcorn ready. And I look, man, Alpha, look at these commercials and look around. You go to the store, go to Walmart, you go out in public, bro, you see it everywhere. This is 2024, man. It's almost like it's a normal thing now. This ain't the 90s now. This ain't the 90s, brother. This ain't the 90s. It's a normal, everyday thing. You see it happening all the time, everywhere you look. So it's not nothing unusual that you don't see race mixing or whatever. But it's gonna be interesting, and we'll see. We will see. So that is it. That is the breaking news, you all. Biden drops out of the presidential race, endorses Kamala Harris, and it's a new ball game now. Biden is out. He is officially out. He endorses Kamala Harris. Now, once again, just because he endorsed Kamala Harris does not mean that it doesn't mean that they can just give the nomination to her. They can have an open convention and decide where the delegates go then. But here's the problem: if they decide to go with someone else, if they decide to give the delegates to someone else, then you're going to have a situation where the donors, all of that money that Biden and Kamala raise, you can't just take that and shift it over to another candidate, an outside candidate. You can't do that. So I think Kamala is locked in. It's just too late in the game. It's just too late in the game. This is something that they should have decided on back in February. Salute to you, Jay Solo, 254CL. Salute to you. Salute. Say ain't nobody gonna challenge you on the outside and raise a business and all that. Yep, you're right. So like I said, bro, this is history. Either way, this is history. The first black female black female presidential candidate in history. This is going to be history. Win or lose, she's definitely going to go down in the history books. That's for damn sure, right there. Can you imagine if a white yeah, Alpha, exactly. And I heard that right after the debate, that you can't just put someone in front of, especially a Caucasian, in front of Kamala. It's gonna piss off demographic of black voters. A large number of black voters are gonna be pissed off about that. But the fact that Joe Biden didn't waste any time endorsing her and pretty much asking the Democrats to get behind Kamala, I think that is a sign that it's pretty much set in stone. And then I'm also, now listen to me real good now, Alpha. I've been watching polls for the last couple of weeks. When they put Kamala against Trump, it's a hell of a lot closer. It's neck and neck. In fact, some polls have her beating him head to head. So it looks totally different when they do the polls with Biden and Trump. It's a blowout. You know, Trump winning by 10 here and 8 here and 9 here and 7 there. Okay, but when you put Kamala, when they in the same polls, when they put Kamala up against Trump, it tightens up. It tightens up. It tightens up a lot. So, hey, the link is at the top of the page. Anybody want to hit the link? Anybody want to hit the link? Sniper, you knew, Ms. Media, D Troop. I know you go to watch. Anybody want to hit the link and comment on this? Just let me know. Just let me know. You're welcome to hit the link. The link is pinned at the top of the page. But once again, Sniper said, with a female president, she will be highly protected. I'm gonna be honest with you. Anybody that's the president now is gonna be highly protected because the Secret Service is looking bad. They are under the radar. They are looking bad. They're being thrown under the bus. And after what happened last Saturday in Pennsylvania, they ain't taking no chances. And I'm just saying, you know, like presidential candidates, vice presidential, senators, and congressmen, bro, they gonna tighten it up. That Secret Service finna tighten it up, bro. Salute to you, brother.
Salute.
Happy Sunday to you, man.
Yes, sir. I hope y'all listen to that preaching my mama put on today.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
We're gonna have to start sharing that on the YouTube page, boy. She gave us the word today. But hey, on a different note, hey, now I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have to eat your words a little bit. And the reason why I said it, because you said we will not see a female president in our lifetime. I think she works hard, and I think these people gonna get out and vote. It's gonna be a close one, and if it does, you're gonna have to apologize to me.
Yeah. Hey, look. Last night I really didn't think he would drop out, because I remember what he said Friday. He said Friday that he was gonna get back on the campaign trail on Monday. So I'm like, okay, all right, you know, the thought of Kamala replacing him, that left my mind totally, completely. But this morning, as I was getting ready for church this morning, I was watching the Sunday morning the Sunday morning news, I'm just glancing at it or whatever. And then, there was talks that Joe Biden was going to step down in the next couple of days. I was like, what? I was like, okay.
And it's mainly because of his health, bro. And I pray for his health. I pray for, his family and again, his health and everything. But, as we say, there's certain things we can't do no more. I mean, he struggled to get out the Air Force One the other day. It was a struggle. And his mind ain't right. His mind ain't right. So, and to think about it, he got to think about his health. He got to think about his family. And he don't need no stress of people trying to battle somebody. Anybody, not saying this is Trump, but it's anybody he has to be at his wits to return the responses. You know what I'm saying? And I know that, a lot of times his responses come from someplace else, but he has to endorse them. So
now, on that note, let me ask you a question now. Now, as you know, I know you know a lot about politics too. You know a lot about politics now. Just because, and what I was telling everyone before you came in, just because he endorsed her doesn't mean that it's official when it comes to, the delegates. The delegates could choose to have Lonnie's workout journey. So salute to you, Lonnie. Salute to you. They could choose to have an open convention.
Yes, they can. It's not going to be. It's not a sure thing until they actually put a stamp of approval from the delegates to say, "Hey," but it's going to be easier for her to do it because she's already sat in that vice president's chair. It'd be easier for the work that people seen she do and whatever have you. But again, you I think. she gonna pull a lot of voters out that hasn't voted in a while because
Yeah.
it's something new, something fresh, and and technically it's a woman. But I can't stay up here too long, bro. I just wanted to get my piece on that. Hey, listen, again, pray for Biden and his family, and pray
Hmm.
for Trump and his family. He has to get that ear fixed.
Do you see, boy, you crazy? Do you see him having to, because now you know what's going to be the next topic. The Republicans, I can hear it now. They're going to say that maybe if he's not health wise, if he's not able to run his campaign, then is he able to run the country? Because we're in July, man. It's we got like 4 more months before November, and what, 6 months till January till he actually the next president is inaugurated. Is he able to go 6 months health wise? Do you see him maybe resigning from the White House altogether? Do you think his health is that bad?
I think his health is that bad. I think in the next month he's gonna step down completely because again, just watching the man coming out of the airplane, Air Force One, watching his speeches, he is. I don't think he is. He can continue. Now, that's a strong brother too, so he'll try. I mean, how many times did he run for president? You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
and he
And,
beat cancer. He beat
and he
cancer.
beat cancer.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I think that we can go ahead and say and predict that next month, if not sooner, that he just gives it up completely. And I like the dude, and I don't see uh, other than his health. That's the only reason why I believe that he can't continue.
Hmm.
And then that pushes her up for the next couple months.
Now, if that happens, who do you see her tapping as her running mate, vice president, VP?
We was just talking about that. Me and my father was just talking about that earlier.
Hmm.
Um, and it'd be a hard decision as long as it's not another female,
Hmm.
because then that's going to bring controversy all the way around.
Hmm.
And that's what I mean. Like you mentioned before, this country is not ready for a female president, right?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think this country is ready for an LGBT
No,
person? Because
no,
Buttigieg,
no,
I'm hearing his name,
no,
Sniper. I'm hearing Buttigieg's name in the air. So I'm just that's why I'm throwing that out to you.
no. And respect to that community, whatever they do their thing, but this no. Because you think about it right now, what are we fighting right now? We're fighting the transgender folks competing against the opposite sex to gain leverage.
Hmm.
This and that community is fighting tooth and nails to be recognized,
Hmm.
but they still don't have their own. They really don't have their identity as a community because they keep adding and subtracting, and so that's too much, and
Hmm.
I don't think they're ready for it, and I don't think it's going to happen.
I think the safe pick would be Shapiro out of Pennsylvania. I think that would be the safest pick. I would I would go ahead and announce him like either tonight or sometime tomorrow before Tuesday. You don't want to waste any time. You don't want to you don't want to waste any time with this. You
But you
know.
got to get the stamp first. She's got to get the stamp first. She's got to get the approval first.
Well, I'm,
Before
I'm hearing I'm hearing a lot of good things about him. He's very popular in his state. He would be a much safer pick than the guy out there in Cali. Because even his own constituents don't even like him. You know, he's strong on the mic. Don't get me wrong. You know, he draw crowds or whatever. You know, young dude. But when your own constituents don't like you, I mean, what can you bring to the table? And she's gonna win California. I mean, come on now. And she's gonna win California. She needs Pennsylvania, and that's why I say Shapiro would be the safer pick for her. You know,
Right.
I wouldn't waste any time. I would go ahead and make that happen immediately.
Well, hey, brother, I'm going to step down, have this family meeting real quick, and then I'll get back with you. Y'all turn up for my debate with Miss Media.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm getting ready to end this here shortly, and then go ahead and get ready for y'all debate, man.
All right.
Okay, brother.
All right.
All right, man. Drive safe, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. All right. Salute to you, Common Sense TV. Salute to you. Salute, 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 salute. Yes, he's in Pennsylvania. He's a hometown Pennsylvania brother. I think Shapiro would be the safer pick for VP. If I'm Kamala Harris, I'm go ahead and I'm telling people, hey, go ahead and start making the signs. Go ahead and start making the buttons. Go ahead and start making the hats. Harris, Shapiro, go ahead and go ahead and set that up, because there's no one else that I see right now in the party that would be strong enough to help her on that ticket. Yeah, and he's more in the center. He's not no off the rails liberal. He ain't gonna go all the way left. You know, he's a more centrist candidate. So, you know, you want balance on your ticket, like what Vance brings to Trump's ticket. J.D. Vance brings somewhat of a balance, because remember, Vance and Trump didn't see eye to eye. Vance was anti-Trump for a long time. So now you're bringing some balance, and you're bringing in voters, and I think that was a smart move by Trump. You bring in voters, the voters that in the Republican Party that didn't like Trump. So when you tap Vance, so you getting them too. So therefore you're bringing the party together. Yeah, he's tough on crime. Yeah, and that's what you need, because with this sex trafficking thing, it's getting out of hand. And I see is you know, it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand down here in ATL. It's getting out of hand all over the country, and you know, but whoever wins, they're gonna have to do something about that border situation. They're definitely. Kenyon 29 said, yeah, sorry, shit. Yeah, hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Friday, when he came out and said that he was resuming his campaign Monday, which was supposed to be this tomorrow, I put it at the thought of him dropping out. I put that out of my mind. But this morning, when I saw, you know, some reports started service, I was like, wait a minute. You know, I was on my way to church. I was like, wait a minute. They could just be all talk. And then, you know, it comes across the news ticker that Joe Biden has officially dropped out and he's endorsing Kamala. I'm like, wait a minute now. This is getting real. You know, but everyone, hey, get your popcorn ready. That's all I can say. Get your popcorn ready, because this is going to be interesting. This is going to be a ride. And look, what else can happen? What else can happen? I mean, look at all the things that have happened so far. We've never had a debate that early, a presidential debate that early. It's never happened. What, early June, a presidential? I've never seen that before. Then you almost have an attempt assassination on the ex-president, which is also the Republican candidate. Now you got the sitting president, you know, pretty much resigning from his campaign, stepping down, and handing it over to his vice president. This is crazy. This is wild. You know, kind of looking like 1968 a little bit. You know, I wasn't alive during that time, but I heard some stories, and I remember my father used to talk about it a lot. That 1968 election was wild and it was crazy. So we'll see. That Democratic, the most important thing for the Democrats is they need to. You don't want to have a fight on the convention floor. You don't want that. You don't need that right now, especially with Trump having a lead right now. You know, Trump having a huge lead, you don't need that kind of embarrassment. You know, and so they need to, you know, come together, unite, and get behind Kamala, and just whatever happens, happen. I say worst case scenario, at least make it a close election. You don't want a landslide loss. You don't want to take a landslide. Sometimes it ain't about winning or losing, it's how you win and it's how you lose. Right now is, if I'm the Democratic Party, the most important thing is, okay, if I'm going to take an L, I don't want to take a major L. I don't want to take a blowout loss. I don't want to take a landslide. You don't want it where Trump is winning like 45 states and he getting like 400, you know, electoral votes or anywhere near close to 400. You don't want a blowout loss like that, because that's tough and hard to recover from. You know, look how Ronald Reagan was winning elections back in the 80s, and it took the Democrats a long time to recover from that. Same thing with when Obama won, he blew out McCain and then turned around and blew out Romney. It's hard to recover from that. So the Democrats, they're going to have to unite. I think that's the most important thing, is you're going to have to unite and get behind Kamala and help her choose a formidable running mate, a strong running mate that can help her carry the ticket. And you want a balanced ticket. You don't want a far left ticket. That's the last thing you need right now, because that's, you know, you're not going to win with that. You want to add a centrist. You want to add someone that's going to, you know, bring independent voters to you. And I think the guy in Pennsylvania, Shapiro, would be the perfect choice. But hey, who am I? I mean, I'm just a YouTuber and a real estate guy. So who am I? I'm just giving my voice and my opinion. But look, if I was Kamala, I would call that man in Pennsylvania in a heartbeat. I would call him up and be like, hey, look, you want to join the ticket? Hey, this thing, no matter what happens, this year, 2024, this election cycle is going down in history. So everyone, get your popcorn ready, get ready for the ride, because this is going to be something right here. This is going to be something. This is going to be historical. But if Kamala pulls this off, this will be the biggest political upset in recent history. This will be the biggest political upset ever. This will be bigger than Trump defeating Hillary. This will be bigger than Obama beating McCain. This will be the ultimate upset. Think about it now. A candidate coming out of nowhere. A candidate coming in late July, jumping in the race this late, behind in every poll. And if she pulls this off, this is going to go down in history as the biggest upset in political history. So this, Trump, don't drop the ball. Do not drop the ball on this one. You do not drop the ball. Like I said, all Trump has to do is stay on message. Border inflation. Border inflation. Border inflation. Don't go off the rails and start all of that name calling and reckless talk. Don't do that, because you'll turn off some of the black vote that you looks like you may have locked up. If you start that Kamala crap, you're gonna turn off some voters. So just stay on message. That's all Trump has to do, is stay on message. All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Love you all. Thank you for coming out. Once again, Joe Biden drops out of the presidential race and he endorses Kamala Harris. And that is official. It is official. Biden is out, Kamala is in. Now you have Kamala versus Donald Trump for the 2024 presidential election. Love you all. Peace and blessings. Thank you all for coming out. I'm Armando Black. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Peace and blessings. Get home safe. From those of you that are on your way home from church, get home safe. Like I always say, hey, stay prayed up. Drink plenty of water because it's hot out there. Take care of yourselves and each other. Make sure you join us later on this evening. Sniper, Ms. Media, they will be debating. We're going to discuss a little bit of this as well over there. All right, among other topics we're going to discuss. So make sure you join us over there later on Sniper's channel. We're going to be debating. Sniper, Ms. Media will be debating. All right. Love you all. Peace and blessings. I am out. This has been Wolfpack Breaking News.